AU tournaments, and we was having our scouting service, so we was doing a little bit of everything. So that's how we got started, and now we have a pretty good platform for a lot of young players to achieve their dream, whether it's coming to one of our camps and getting exposure there, coming to one of our tournaments, like a travel ball club, AAU. Then we're doing a lot of, scholastic events as well during the basketball high school season.
Everyone knows Phenom. This came from Phenom. Well, a lot of people don't know your son was McDonald's All-American. Tyler.
It's a strange story. Tyler was probably 10th day, 8th grade, and we played there his 8th, 9th, and 10th and 11th grade year, and had a great career at Forsyth today, and he studied by Greg Dawson. And I remember, Coach Steve Smith reached out and maybe Tyler coming up there to Oak Hill, and at first, Tyler goes, nah, because I'm happy where I am, and he just sort of said, hey, I'm just going to stay where I am, and then things happen. I said, Tyler, you probably need to just go up there and just check it out and don't close the door quite yet. And we went up there, and Coach Steve Smith told us who he had coming in. He goes, Tyler, we're missing one thing from our team. He said, we're missing a point guard. And if I can get you to come up here, we have a chance to win a national championship. And that year, 2012, they went 44-0 and won the national championship. And he won the McDonald's, he was a McDonald's All-American nominee and was selected to the McDonald's All-American team. And then they went on a trip to China, which was a great trip, and they were playing against, national teams overseas, and had a good trip over there to China.
They were really good. Those teams were the best.
They were, they had a great team that year, but the thing that made them so special was, if you ask each one of them, they had Devontae Smith-Revere, who went to Georgetown, Jordan Adams went to UCLA, A.J. Hammonds went to Purdue. But if you ask every one of them why they went to Oak Hill, they never mentioned individual accolades. They all said, hey, we want to come here to win a national championship. And it was a situation where it was really a true team effort. All the guys bought in, and there was games where Tyler was the main guy. There was times when it was Jordan Adams, Devontae Smith-Revere, A.J. Hammonds. It was always somebody differently, but they, as a collective unit.
People credit to you. I don't know if you know this, but for Zion, they said he actually had the first recognition he got was at your tournament. You actually there when he got the insane block at the tournament?
Matter of fact, it was Zion Williamson and also John Morant.
Yeah, John Morant too. They're on the same team.
They played on the same AAU team, the South Carolina Hornets. And we had the event in Greensboro. It was our event called the Summer Havoc. And at that point in time, that's before we had a lot of the multi-sport facilities, but we were using like local high schools, whether it was Olympic Park in Greensboro, Greensboro Day, Ben Smith, different high schools. And, they came there, and not a lot of people knew about them. And the best story was Matt McMahon, which I knew Matt because he went to Appalachian, and I graduated from Appalachian as well. He was at Murray State, and he was coming in to the event, and just like everybody else on the college team, they'll come in to us and say, well, who's some of the best players we need to be looking at? And we told them about John Morant being in the back gym. And he went back there, he fell in love with them. And at the time, John Morant didn't have a lot of offers.
Yes.
And, he went to a very small school in South Carolina. He's from Sumter, South Carolina, went to Crestwood High School all 4 years. And, Matt McMahon, he offered him a scholarship, he ended up going to Murray State, and the rest is history. The same thing with Zion Williamson. Zion, at that time was probably 6'3". And he had a little bit baby fat to him, but he had tremendous bounce. But to be honest with you, I don't think anybody at that point in time would have watched those two players and said they're going to be where they are today.
It's the work ethic, honestly, and them going into their bodies and then obviously going somewhere that fit their game. That's dope how they came through your event. I know that's something you're always going to cherish.
We've had quite a few players that we have some really good stories about, players that came through our events, and that's really, really good to see that so many young players that's come through our platform has reached to the highest level collegiately and also in the NBA, and that's great to see. You get to see them develop as young men, but you see them develop as players too, and that's a very rewarding situation and satisfaction for me as an event operator.
You initially kicked off Phenom. What was your idea, like when you initially kicked it off? Did you you just trying to figure out a way to stay around the game, or was it like, this is like my business venture, I'm going to see where this thing can go?
Well, like I said, I started out in 2003 doing camps, and I got involved when Tyler got invited when he was in middle school. He went out to San Diego to the National Phenom Camp, and they sort of had a little franchise with the Phenom Camps, and I sort of bought into that, and one thing led to another. But like I said, it was mostly a means to just fundraise for my AAU program. It wasn't until 2009 when Tyler was in high school, and I'm sitting there in my mid-50s, and I was in the textile business, and I lost my job after 30 years. So, I wake up one morning, I go, what am I going to do with my life? Because, I don't want to start over and, working for another company. And that's when I decided at that point in time, I said, you know what? I'm going to go and give it a shot and, do basketball camps, do tournaments, and do our scouting service. And one thing's led to another, and we've grown, and, now we have 5 people working for us. I have Colby and Tyler working. I have Patrick O'Brien, Jeff Bendel, and I have Donnie Bowie, who's the videographer and one of the best in the country. We have a great platform. We put out a lot of content daily on our website. There's a lot of opportunities there.
You started that in your mid. I want people to hear that. You're 50s. You're 20s. You're 50s. So that's crazy to think about, because people nowadays, if you don't accomplish something in your 20s, you feel like you failed at life. Crazy started that in your 50s.
I thoroughly enjoy it. That as the old saying, if you love something, it's really not work. And you get to go, like during the high school basketball season, you get to go watch basketball games, and you get to tweet about kids, you get to write about them. I put videos out on them and say, what better way to finish up my, career.
Who would you say is the best player you've seen come out of your camp, or come out of like one of your tournaments or camps? And I know you had like a ton.
A lot.
Yeah.
I would have to say right now, John Morant. He came to our Phenom camp, and I put out that video quite a few times when he was a sophomore. He was really, really good at our camp. He was doing things. He was long, he was lanky, he was athletic, and he was bouncy. But you don't never know at that young of an age how good he's actually going to become. So we've had people like him. We've had Patrick Williams, who Patrick went to Florida State, played there 1 year, was a lottery pick. He's playing in Chicago. We've had Kobe White. We've had numerous people. Jaden Springer, I remember him coming up through our program. 5th, 6th, and 7th grade, coming to our camps. But I would have to say John Morant, Zion Williams is 2 of the most electric players that I see now that played at our camps or come through our platform.
Running a successful trucking business is all about leveraging the best tools available and finding valuable opportunities. With DOT1, you're in the driver's seat with all the resources that you would.
If you're a homeowner, you need to hear this. Homeowners.
Fire sales over. Adjusting prices. Hostiles deploy the Mosquito. You got reinforcements inbound. Enemy soldier incoming. squad mates back on station. Good work. Gas is moving. All squad members are in the safe zone. Strike near your position. Resurgence has closed. No more second chances. In the top 10. Keep knocking them out. Keep your eyes up for prize contracts. You'll earn more buck for your bang. You're losing ground. Move it. Find cover. Hostile airstrike near your location.
Mato. Aquí va nosotros.
Find cover.
Mira, está aquí, está roto. Buena.